Welcome to the channel. In this video, we are going to see who is Amos in the Holy Bible. So let's read the introduction about Amos. In the Old Testament of the Bible, Amos was a herdsman and a dresser of figs, which is an occupation that we don't hear too much about. He was one of the lesser-known prophets, meaning he wasn't an major player in the lineage of Judah, like Isaiah or Jeremiah, whose name is mentioned much throughout the scriptures, and he doesn't have a book named after him, like some of the other prophets. However, he was an important voice crying out against social injustice, false worship, and a society that had strayed from God. The Book of Amos contains his 93 verses divided into 9 chapters. It is believed that he prophesied during the 8th century BC. Scholars believe that Amos prophesied during the reigns of Kings Jeroboam II of Israel and Uzziah of Judah. However, there is debate over whether Amos was from Israel or Judah. The opening verses of the book state that he was a herdsman from Tekoa, which is near Bethlehem in Judah. Some scholars believe that the mention of Tekoa indicates that Amos was from Judah, while others believe that he was from Israel, based on the fact that the majority of the prophecies in the book are directed against Israel. The main theme of the Book of Amos is God's judgment against Israel and Judah for their sin. Throughout the book, Amos uses vivid imagery and metaphors to describe God's anger against the people of Israel. He accuses them of social injustice, idolatry, and of worshipping God in a way that is devoid of true devotion. Despite God's judgment against Israel, Amos also offers a message of hope. He prophesies that one day God will restore his people and bring them back to their land. Now, let's see what are the key teachings from the Book of Amos. One of the main messages of the Book of Amos is that God is just and he will hold people accountable for their sins. Throughout the book, Amos accuses the people of Israel of social injustice, idolatry, and hypocrisy. He warns them that God is watching and he will not tolerate their sin. Another important message in the Book of Amos is that true worship must be accompanied by a sincere heart. Amos criticizes the people of Israel for their religious rituals and ceremonies, which they perform without genuine faith or devotion. He teaches that God desires a sincere heart and that outward acts of worship are meaningless without inner devotion. The Book of Amos also contains several prophecies of judgment against the surrounding nations. Amos prophesies that God will punish the nations that oppress and exploit the people of Israel. He proclaims God's justice and his care for his people, even when they are scattered among the nations. Apart from these themes, the Book of Amos is also notable for its poetic language and vivid imagery. Amos uses metaphors and similes from everyday life to convey his message, making his prophecies accessible and relatable to his audience. Finally, let's see what is the importance of the Book of Amos. The Book of Amos is an important part of the Old Testament canon. It provides a unique perspective on the nature of God, the sinfulness of humanity, and the need for repentance. Furthermore, it offers a message of hope and restoration for those who turn back to God. The Book of Amos continues to be relevant today because its message transcends time and culture. The themes of social justice, true worship, and God's judgment are as relevant today as they were in ancient Israel. So this is all about Amos in the Holy Bible. If you liked the video, please do share it with your friends and family, and don't forget to subscribe so that you won't miss any videos. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.